What's going on? We back at you once again. We want to encourage everybody listening on all platforms, hit the like button and make sure that you share this video, especially on YouTube. Let's jump right into this. We got a new news report that's coming out about the murder of Tupac. I'm gonna play that and then get into the backstory. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
A Las Vegas television station is reporting an arrest is close in the murder of Tupac Shakur. The rapper was killed in his car on a Las Vegas street 21 years ago. Las Vegas police will only say the case is still an active homicide investigation. This potential break comes after a confession in a new documentary on BET where a former gang member claims he was in the car when Tupac was shot.
So this report just recently actually just came out, via ABC7. And pretty much, if y'all didn't know, a former gang member who is actually the uncle, his name is Keffe D, Duane Keith Harris, has confessed of knowing who pulled the trigger the night that Tupac was killed. Now, he goes on to say that, I was a Compton Kingpin drug dealer. I'm the only one alive who can really tell a story about Tupac's killing. Now, he said, people have been pursuing me for 20 years. I'm coming out now because I have cancer and I have nothing else to lose. All I care about is the truth. Now, what do you think, Sam Ant, about this former, gang member drug dealer coming out saying, or obviously related to the infamous Orlando Anderson, saying he knows who killed Tupac, and a news report saying that they might have an arrest pretty much imminent soon coming with Tupac? What do you think about this whole situation unfolding?
Well, first off, Orlando Anderson, we all know he was alleged. He was a Crip member, real rival Tupac Shakur. He was the alleged shooter for years and years and years and years on time in Las Vegas PD. They did whatever they had to do. Long story short, there was never a clear suspect put out for Tupac's murder. Orlando Anderson, we all know, in '98 was murdered. He was gunned down. So he ended up just being, I guess he was, karma hit him if he was the shooter of Tupac Shakur, but nothing was ever really solved. Unfortunately, Mother Shakur had to go on and pass away without seeing a true suspect put up for her son's murder. And now we see that Keffe D's come out. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he under immunity when he came and said these statements? And that's why he was under the confidence of saying it. When I read some things, apparently that he was under some type of immunity, and that's why he did the series Unsolved and why he came out so openly about it. He said that he had cancer and he had nothing else to lose. But I heard the backstory on that was he had some type of immunity and was safe in the regards of being arrested. And that's why he was saying what he was saying. I believe the dude. I definitely do. It's going to be hard for anybody to feel bad for him in his state. I mean, may God rest his soul. But who's going to feel bad for him knowing all this time who killed Tupac and saying absolutely nothing? Right. I mean, but it is a touchy situation, I will say, because if it was your nephew, because you came out and said it, I'm saying right here, Keffe D taped confessions reportedly shows him revealing that it was his nephew, longtime suspect Orlando Anderson, that pulled the trigger on that fateful night after the Cadillac rolled up alongside Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight. I gave it to DeAndre Dre Smith, and Dre was like, no. And then Lance was like, pop the dudes. Keffe D claimed in his confession he leaned over and rolled down the window and popped him. Now, despite denouncing the involvement in the shooting, Orlando Anderson was killed, like I said, in a gang shooting in '98. So basically, Keffe D just said his nephew shot him. So he waited all that time, and we understand why. Do you understand why he waited that time? What do you think about him waiting all this time and him attributing it to street code?
I mean, that's the way it is in the street. I mean, people, if you see something, you're not supposed to, snitch, especially if you was like with it, in the car with them or whatever. That'd be considered snitching, regardless of who it is. That's why he didn't do it.
I mean, Suge Knight said if he knew it, absolutely not, he wouldn't do it. But does that justify? Does anyone feel?
I'm not saying this. I don't. Yeah. I mean, my thing is like this: if you in that street culture, and that's the rules that you live by, whatever, that's that. But if you a civilian, it should be separated. You know what I mean? Obviously, they was living that life. So I'm not saying that it's justified at all. You know what I mean? But now he's coming forward saying, he knows he's dying. It's his dying wish or whatever. So, this is crazy right here, man.
What do you say about those to the people that would say like Tupac brought this on because he was just really living that lifestyle? A lot of people and a lot of his close people would say he would just talk death often. He was often just enamored with death, and just it was always the energy that was kind of brought on to him. And then we all know that just the terrible result that happened in Vegas. But what would you say about that? Like, if he kind of just lived a different life or kind of started staring toward the path that we've kind of seen for him, everyone's seen, do you think that this would have happened?
There were a lot of people, you know, who did kind of allude to, you know, that it was more so a persona, this gangster persona. It's like he wasn't really like that. He was just trying to, I guess, just sell records. And I think that, not to say that it was a persona, he does come from like a revolutionary bloodline, you know, where that stuff can, you know, occur. But, you know, I'm not going to say that he brought it on himself, you know, but obviously we know, I mean, at the time we were very young, and all we can remember is, you know, the death type of, you know, the vibe type of song to him, kind of, kind of getting comfortable and confronting the fact, like, and I mean, he wrote a poem in the event of my demise, you know, things like that. And they're reading stuff like that. It's kind of like maybe he's warming up to it. Same with Biggie, you know what I mean? And other people that have died. So it's like, it's something eerie. Even people that I've known that passed away, it's kind of like they may know. I don't know, man. Real talk. It's like people may know when they're about to meet, you know, that demise. Maybe it's a type of feeling and intuition.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you might have hit it right on the head. That's all I got to say about that. Rest in peace to Tupac. Now.